Picture this. Imagine that there's a bank, and inside that bank has a vault. And inside that vault are a lot of gold coins and gold bars and money. Now, this same bank extended an invitation to you. And that invitation is that for the next 3 hours, you are allowed to enter inside that vault and take whatever you want from it. No harm, no foul, just take whatever you see. So imagine with these 3 hours, what do you think you're going to do? This is an opportunity. You don't only get this every day. You go inside that bank, and chances are you be doing your absolute level best to get as many gold coins, gold bars, as much money as possible, scoop it up. You're going to get bags. You're going to, I don't know, arrange for a truck. You're going to do whatever you can to get that out of there. Now, imagine instead of the gold coins and money, it's hasanah. And instead of a bank, think of it as the month of Ramadan. This is the golden opportunity for us as Muslims in Ramadan to maximize our good deeds. And we don't just have 3 hours, we have 30 days, a whole month filled with barakah, filled with blessings, filled with opportunities, filled with ways for us to increase and stack up our good deeds that we could scoop up. But the question is, do we take that opportunity seriously? Are we really maximizing our opportunity? My name is Mohammad Maxwell Hassan, and today this conversation is about really truly maximizing our potential in Ramadan. Now, if you grew up with Disney, one of the common films you might have seen is The Lion King. I remember me growing up, I watched The Lion King a number of times, and there was this one line that always stood out to me from Mufasa, which is, remember who you are. Remember who you are. Now, for us as Muslims, do we remember why we've been put on this planet? Why we've been given this opportunity to be on earth right here? And, as human being, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed you with life, blessed me with life, blessed us with opportunity, unlike anything else. But yet, what do we make of it? Do we really remember who we are? And subhanAllah, one of the prime examples of this in the Quran, where I find that you find someone whose potential is actualized, is none other than the best story in the Quran. Not my words, Allah's words. The best story mentioned in the Quran is the story of Yusuf alayhi salam. And when you take the time reading about the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, you'll find remarkable gems along the way. But the one thing I want to take away for our conversation today about maximizing potential is to highlight where Yusuf alayhi salam started and where he ended. Now, Yusuf alayhi salam, he started off in a place that wasn't necessarily high class. He was with his family, and his own brothers betrayed him. Now, at that early stage of his life, just a young boy, he was sold for a few dollars in modern day times. Few dollars, sold into slavery. It's unfathomable. A human being sold for a few dollars. And that's where he started. Now, picture that with the contrast of where he ended up. Yusuf alayhi salam ended up taking care of the finance of Egypt. You could say like the Ministry of Finance in Egypt. So the same man that was sold for a few dollars as a young boy ended up controlling the wealth in Egypt. SubhanAllah. How does that happen? What is the potential there? What is the opportunity that's at stake? Is when you really value, it starts with valuing your own life. Yes, he is a prophet. Yes, he's been given gifts that we don't have. Yes, yes, yes. However, the lessons are equally applicable to you and I. That if we looked at ourselves, our life, as something worthwhile, it all starts from within. It all starts with the way you look at things. SubhanAllah, I'll give you an example of what I found when it comes to seeing it with us as a Muslim community. And oftentimes you might find that it's based on the environment that you're in that really dictates how valuable, how high or low you can go. The other day I was at an event, and subhanAllah, at this fundraising event, typically what happens normally for me is when I go to these kind of fundraiser events, you usually see, especially in the Muslim community, khair, everybody has their own means, and there are some things maybe behind closed doors you don't see, or it's anonymous. But in public, you don't really see much of a larger sum being donated. That's what I typically find. There's a limit, and in that regard, it could be like 10,000, 5,000, not more and not less. SubhanAllah, I ended up going to this one fundraiser event, Muslims, and I've been typically used to seeing not so much funds being raised. But yet, in this one particular event, mashallah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the permission of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, one brother stepped up and he made a pledge for over $100,000 on the spot, right in front of me. Right in front of me, this brother, he made that pledge for over $100,000. And subhanAllah, why am I sharing this with you? If you're not surrounded by people that will bring you up, your own self-worth and value may not go up either. It's going to be stagnant. But when you change the surroundings, when you change the people around you, when you see what's possible, it opens up new doors. You start seeing new things. And it doesn't have to be as drastic as donating $100,000. Maybe it might seem out of reach. The Prophet ﷺ made mention of that the most beloved of deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they're small. It doesn't have to be this grandiose, big, magnificent thing, but the key here is consistency. And I was thinking about this, just my own personal reflection, saying, why is this so beloved to Allah? Even if let's say I donate $1 a day, for example, that's within my humble means, just that small amount, but I do it every single day and be consistent. And then, I realized it's not about the amount. It's not about the size of the deed. What it is the commitment. It's the commitment that matters. It's the commitment to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that makes a big difference. You may have seen people, they come and go, right? You have a class, you have a course, you have a program. Let's say hypothetically the program is 6 months long, half a year. You might have a lot of students raring to go. All right, great, they're going to enroll. The first week, everybody's excited. Second week, you see some drop off. And then third week, fourth week, and then it just keeps going downhill because the commitment level is not there anymore. But the ones who stick through to the end, they show and express that they can have that because they see the potential. They realize what an opportunity it is. And it's the exact same case with Ramadan. I'm including myself in this conversation. You might find people in Taraweeh, the first night, packed. Second night, also packed. And then, before you know it, life gets in the way or things happen and that consistency just drops until the end, then it peaks up again. Things happen, even fasting for some. The whole idea is, as long as you're able and healthy and everything, all those conditions are met, it's the consistency. But what's the point here? The whole point is to acknowledge that you can be so much more than you are. You can be so much more than you are. And Ramadan is the perfect jumpstart to this. Imagine you have a car, and this car has been broken down for a while. All you need is a little jumpstart, and then the engine starts running again. Think of our iman, potentially. Maybe you're watching this and you're thinking, maybe the 11 months my iman isn't the greatest. Only Allah can be the ultimate judge. None of us have a right to say anything. And so this month could be that jumpstart to make up for all the other months that weren't the best. This is our chance. This is our golden opportunity. This is our shot at making things right with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you would like an idea, well, what can I do to really jumpstart this and to maximize some of the opportunities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us? Start with something small, the smallest of deeds. It could be even like 1 page of Quran a day, just one. Now, you don't have to speed run through the Quran and just read through it, but if we don't reconnect ourselves with the text of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then what else is there? So if you're looking for something to do, some idea, a project of a self-project that you may have, reading 1 page a day, just give it a shot. See how it feels. After salah, at the end of the day, at the beginning of the day, just take that moment and opportunity just to keep building that muscle. And inshallah, it's not about the amount, it's about the commitment. It's about the consistency. Because with the consistency really demonstrates we have the commitment, and Allah can magnify the situation. You can have someone donate $1 million. And in our eyes, whoa, this is a big amount, this could be great. Don't get me wrong, that's amazing, but in the eyes of Allah, no, maybe it's not accepted. And you have somebody who donates $1, and to Allah, that means the world. So it's much more, it's not about the amount. And it doesn't mean to say we can't exercise we do our absolute level best to maximize impact. All it is the quality of the commitment we're putting in. And it all starts with how we see ourselves. If we don't see ourselves as something big, we don't see ourselves as something grand, we don't see ourselves as something larger than life, Allah only give us one shot on this earth. That's it. That's all you and I have. What are we doing to make the most of it? It starts with the small deeds, but inshallah, we can scoop up all those rewards. And so we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this Ramadan to jumpstart something brand new and a new idea to reinvent yourself so that way we can remember who we are. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullahu khairan, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.